Good day everybody, my name is Fazil Jacobs, Chairperson of SASS. Now before I go into who SASS is and what SASS stands for, perhaps a journey in terms of how SASS came about, and I'll start that with my personal journey as an ostomate. So a little over 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with colorectal cancer and very fortunate to have found it early, which meant I didn't need chemo or radiotherapy, but it left me with a permanent stoma. And that journey in its own started to become very lonely. And lonely in the sense that I didn't feel that I had much support. Being an active person, I started running about 8 weeks after surgery, and I started facing my first lot of challenges. And that is the constant leaks, especially when I'm exercising and especially when I'm participating in endurance events such as marathons and triathlons. And finding the right type of support proved to be a challenge. And I started reaching out to people, speaking to other ostomates, and more challenges started coming up and showing itself. Finding a private place in public, as an example, to change a bag. One of my biggest prayers when I go into a bathroom in a public area is that the toilet seat at least has a cover, so that I can use that as a table or workbench to change my bags, a work area to work on, so to speak. And like I said, I started speaking to other people, and fortunately, I've been in the private sector, and I started speaking to people in the public sector and found that they have even greater challenges. I've heard stories of people coming to a hospital with knickknacks packets or bread bags taped to their sides because they've run out of bags and there is no stock, and there's a delay for whatever reason. And it showed to me that there's a great need for not just support, but advocacy for ostomates out there. And then myself and fellow ostomates in Joburg, Bloemfontein, Durban, we sort of banded together as a brotherhood and sisterhood of bags, and we formed SASS. And SASS is a non-profit organization with the sole aim of supporting and advocating for the rights of ostomates out there. But at the risk of being crass or bashful, we also realized that we need data to support the advocacy. And as such, we launched a survey, a research survey as such, and preliminary findings is very interesting. But we also want to encourage ostomates. We need more ostomates to complete the survey. Your details will remain confidential in terms of your personal information, but we will put together some statistical information like preliminary findings, things like more than a third of the respondents thus far were not able to change their bags the first time that they got home. 2/3 of those who responded were not made aware of alternative product to support their needs. And as any ostomate out there will know, that no two stomas are the same, and no two products offer the same sort of support. So we need to understand and dive deeper into why there is such a little education happening in hospital. 45% of the people who responded were not made aware of potential skin irritations. And again, a big gap that we're finding in the education portion of life with a stoma. 1/3 of people who responded were not made aware on how to refill their stock. That's huge. It's like sending a mother home and not telling them where to get nappies for the baby, or them not knowing where to get nappies for their baby. And 41% of the respondents thus far have said that they still need support. And that is big. And that is something we hope to address, but we can only do this with your help, and you can help us by completing the survey. If you follow the website, the details are coming up on the screen. On the top right hand corner, click on the Take the Survey button. It will take you less than 3 minutes to complete, and it can make a huge difference to the lives of ostomates out there. So thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to helping you.